Okay guys, we are going to start and here is our task 2. So in every single task 2 guys, we have what? We have topic and we have task itself, right? Can you please tell me where is the topic and where is the task?
Give reasons there is a task.
Okay,
Ой, да, да.
give reasons. Is it task? Can you please read? Some people think that it is best to save money, for example in a bank or saving scheme. Other people feel that money should be spent whenever it is available. What does it mean whenever it is available? Всякий раз, когда он доступно. Деньги получили, сразу тратите, говорится. Okay? So, discuss these views and reach opinion on this debate. Where is the task? Discuss this views and reach opinion on this debate. This is your task, right? So this is your question. Here guys, we are about task response. What does it mean task response? Task response, what does it mean response? Answer, right? Task, question. Here is the question that you have to answer, okay? This criteria carries 25% of your overall writing task 2 mark. Understandable? This is the part of assessment criteria. Okay, and the topic itself. Some people think that it is best to save money, for example, in bank or saving scheme. Other people feel that money should be spent whenever it is available. So we will be talking about money, right? So is it like we have two sides? First of all, it is to save money, and second is to spend whenever possible, right? Live your life, enjoy your life, right? Okay, so you should write at least 250 words. This is like in everything writing test, right? So, can you please tell me what should we include here? What should be the structure? First of all, we're gonna have introduction, right? What should we include in introduction? Paraphrase of what?
Of topic.
Of the topic sentence. Here is the topic sentence, right? Okay, first of all, we have to have paraphrase. Can you please write it down in your notebooks? And then what else?
Give opinion, give personal answer to question.
Give statement.
Yes, you have to give your opinion, right? Because it is asked for your opinion. So you have to discuss these views and give your opinion. Discuss these views, it means like some people think that it is better to save money, while others believe that it is better to spend money wherever possible. And here you have to state which side do you support. Which side do you support here, guys, for example? Saving or spending?
Spending.
Sure?
Spending.
Spending? Okay, you can say that, for example. Personally, I would like to cite the former group. What does it mean, former? Write it down. Former sound. Write it down. Former means like бывший. So it means like the first. First side. First side. And then here we have latter. What does it mean latter? Поздний, правильно? То есть последний, который. Here guys, we have two groups. We have first and second. If you want to say I want to join first group, it will be more academic and more like band 9ish, right? If you say like former group or latter group, not the second group. Okay? Former в этом случае как первый, то есть который раньше был который, да? And the latter means yes. Okay, and you have to state your own opinion. So you can say that personally, I would like to cite this group, and both of these sites will be discussed in the following paragraphs, not previous, right? Yes, following paragraphs. Okay, how should you organize your paragraphs? Body 1. Okay, good. What should you include in body 1?
Give reason.
How many reasons?
2 or 3 reasons.
2 minimum, right? At least 2 and 3 reasons for one side. And then you're gonna have body 2.
Opinion.
Only? Opinion only?
Yes.
Only opinion.
No, own.
Your own opinion. And that's it.
Maybe
Reasons, example.
No. For example, guys, you can write your like opinion in conclusion as well. I mean that it is not necessary to include your opinion in your paragraphs. But if you say, for example, other people, including me, like are convinced that this, so it means that you're already stating your opinion, right? So there is no need to say like, I am convinced that this, blah, blah, blah. Okay? So you can write it in the text itself. Okay? So in body 2, you're gonna provide 2 or 3 points for the opposing view, right? Because you are discussing 2 of them. And then we're gonna have conclusion. What should we include in conclusion? General?
In general.
Summarize.
We should-
What does it mean,
Just
general? Okay, how you should summarize?
Summarize the whole
Overall.
What should you include in your conclusion, guys? Very good. You have to answer the question. Where is the question?
Discuss this.
And give an opinion. You can say that my opinion is this, and so on and so on, right? So we will discuss it now. So explanation of the task, which I have already done, guys. This is our final example of opinion and discussion. So it means that you have to discuss those views and then give your opinion. Understandable? Good. Let's read model essay together and let us understand. Do you remember the question, guys? Are you sure? So this is whether to spend money or to save money. Okay, some people for spending, some people for saving. So let's read. Introduction. The question of whether to save or spend money is very topical today. What does it mean topical? Like hot.
Yes.
Write it down.
Yeah.
This is considered to be like bedtime essay, but still, I have some topics as well, okay? So we will discuss them together. So the question of whether to say save or spend money. Can you please guys tell me what is the difference between whether? What does it mean weather?
Погода.
Шутка специально, чтобы меня рассмешить. It's okay. Okay, what does it mean weather?
Везде.
Huh?
Везде.
When you guys have 2 options to choose, you can use whether. Okay? Да. For example, we can say Разбор or Шахжахан or Husan or Nadra or Zinura and so on and so on. And here, guys, we can use or like 10 times, right? But when you are using whether, it means that you're gonna have 2 options only. Understandable? So this is the difference. Okay? The question of whether save or spend money is very topical today. As so many people are struggling. What does it struggle?
Да.
Yes, they have difficulties, right? Write it down. Struggle means have difficulties. Struggle with financial worries. What does it mean financial worries? What does it mean worries? Concerns, right? Concern means то есть как problems, правильно? It is the same with problems, okay. There are valid arguments. What does it mean valid arguments? Huh? Нет, прям. It means like strong arguments. Write them down, guys. This is bedtime vocabulary. Instead of saying like there are strong arguments, if you say like there are valid arguments, it means that okay. 9 is yours, okay. There are valid arguments on both sides, which I will discuss now. So there is my feedback, which I will discuss now, which will be discussed.
by me.
No need for by me. Which will be discussed
In the
in the following paragraphs. Very good. So guys, when you use passive, in general, actually guys, passive is considered to be like more academic, to sound more academic. Okay? Instead of say like people all over the world speak English, if you say English is spoken all over the world, it will sound like more academic, right? So this is the same. If you say which will be discussed in the following paragraphs, it means that you are already higher level in comparison with which I will discuss now. Okay? So that was introduction. Here guys, we have 2 opinions, we have 2 sides, right? Whether save or spend money. And we are talking about people who have difficulties with it. Because so many people are struggling with financial worries. right? There are valid arguments on both sides, which I will discuss now. What is missing here, guys?
Что?
Good. Your opinion is missing here. Am I right? So we should have added opinion here. Why? Because this is the part of our task. Very good. This is the part of our question. You are guys supposed to answer only these two questions. You have to discuss both views and then give your opinion, right? Okay. So, and when you guys have discussion essay, there are some linking words. For example, on the one hand, on the other hand, on the one hand, conversely, on the one hand, and then there is also a flip side of the coin, right? Yes, write it down. The linking words. What is the role of linking words here, guys? They are good for your coherence and cohesion. What does it mean, coherence and cohesion?
Типа связка приложения.
Yes, this is
Я
logical
сколько читал?
connection, right? Between your sentences. Your essay should be easy to understand, right? Write it down. And let us start. On the one hand, it is often said that spending money is one way to relax and enjoy life. For instance, by shopping or taking holidays, and there is certainly some truth in this. Can you please, guys, do you see the length of the sentence itself? Длину предложения, видите? This is not like short, okay? So it means that you have to use different grammatical structures. So this is from our grammatical range and accuracy. What does mean accuracy?
Типа, ну,
Accuracy?
точно, да.
Точно. So this is about your minor mistakes. For example, about your spelling, about the grammatical mistake like she does, I do, for example, right? And like he is, we are, you are, and so on and so on. So what about grammatical range?
Типа, ну,
Диапазон грамматики.
Yes, very good. This, yes, it shows how many grammatical structures do you know. How many grammatical structures do you know? I said that we have 3 actual grammatical structures. What are they? Can you please tell me?
perfect.
Conditionals,
Conditional, passive voice.
passive voice, and
Может,
Relative clause.
relative clause. Very good. Here, guys, if you use in your essay conditionals, relative clause, and then passive voice, it will be perfect. Okay. Okay, so here, on the one hand, it is often said that spending money is one way to relax and enjoy life. For instance, by shopping and taking holidays. And there is certainly some truth in this. So guys, here in one sentence, we have the point, we have explanation, and then we have what? Example itself. Right? So here we have, spending money is one way to relax and enjoy. This is our point. Right? This is one point. And then we have, for instance, by shopping and taking holidays. And here we are provided what? Example as well. And here we are saying, and there is certainly some truth in it. What does it certainly? Определенно, точно, да. And there is certainly some truth. So we are like supporting this view, right? In addition, look, what does it mean? It means that this is end of first point. We will already read about second point, right? Linking words as well as about your coherence and cohesion, right? So, in addition, we usually have no choice but to spend quite a large proportion of our available salary. How can we, like, what is the synonym of word salary?
этот,
Счет, сумма,
Income, what else? Let's write it down. Salary, income, what else?
benefit,
Expense. Это доход.
Expense, это
Profit,
наоборот,
benefit.
расход.
Да.
Еще. Wage, do you know what does mean wage?
Э,
W-A-G-E, wage.
зарплата тоже?
This is the amount of money that you are paid for your work, but salary is for your monthly work, right? То есть на зарплата за один месяц for monthly work. But what about wage? You can like be paid your wage for, I don't know, weekly, daily, per hour, and so on and so on, okay? Done? Записали? Good. In addition, we usually have no choice but to spend a large proportion of our available salary on day-to-day expenses. What does mean expenses?
Доход.
No, expenses. Расходы, да, expenditures. You know, you said доходы.
Нет, expenses я сказал. Давай.
Okay, good. Второй раз потом вот да, другое сказать. Expenses записываем расходы. Such as food, housing, and transport, and so there is surprisingly little remaining to save anyway. So here, guys, do you see the point? Do you see the manipulation here? Manipulation of your mind, because they are doing what? They are giving their point of view, and then they are giving it example, and they are consolidating their view. What does it mean consolidate? Делать его твердым. Правильно? So it means that, for example, we say, we have no choice but to spend a quite large proportion of our available salary on day-to-day expenses. So it means that, for example, guys, you get salary, and you have your basic expenses, right? And your basic expenses can be, can possess, let's say, a large proportion of your salary, right? For example, such as food, housing, transport, and so on, right? And here there is surprisingly little remaining. What does it mean remaining?
Оставшись.
Remaining, да, то есть то, что осталось. What does it mean surprisingly little?
Удивительно маленький.
Вот так прям. Okay? Yes. То есть вообще little remaining to save anyway. So here, guys, they are, let's say here they are exaggerating, let's say, right? То есть они немного, да, преувеличивают и приукрашивают, правильно? There is surprisingly little remaining to save anyway. So it means that you earn money and you spend money for your day-to-day expenses, and you have little remaining to save. Okay, when will you leave? When will you enjoy your life, for example, right? So in this sense, understandable. And then guys, we'll have what? Finally, what does it mean? It means that this is the end of second point. Very good. We will be already reading about the last point. Finally, spending money on products and services boosts the economy. Here, guys, they are talking about global question, right? Boosts the economy and creates employment. What does it mean creates employment? It creates working places, right? If you spend your money, it means that money that you have already spent will be salary for someone, right? So it means that as much as you spend, the more you spend, the more people will get salaries, right? Yes, and they will get places to work. So this is in this sense. And in this sense, it is a worthwhile action. What does it mean?
В этом смысле
Стоящий.
Это стоящее, правильно? This is worth it. То есть это стоит этого делать, правильно?
Mani qizim Aysilaxon 6 oy davomida Real Science'ga qatnab, IELTS'dan eng yuqori ballardan biri 8 ballni qo'lga kiritdilar 14 yoshiga qaramasdan. Buning uchun men Real Science jamoasidan juda ham minnatdorman. Ayniqsa ustozlari Miss Malikadan juda ham xursandman.
Я очень довольна своим результатом за такой сравнительно краткий срок. Real Science были доказаны самыми лучшими экспертами в своей сфере, и у них лучший преподавательский метод с индивидуальным подходом к каждому, который позволяет достичь очень высоких результатов. Несмотря на все возможности, которые имеются у человека, любой человек может и имеет потенциал получить высокий балл.
Okay, can you please tell me?
Boost это лучше.
Boost, yes, it is ameliorate. Okay? Улучшать, improve, make it better. Okay? Done? Write it down, please, and then we're gonna move to the second body. On the other hand, this is also the linking words. Can you please tell me how we can replace this word? With which phrase we can replace this word?
on the contrary.
On the contrary, what else? Conversely. What does it mean conversely? Наоборот. Conversely, on the contrary. Huh?
Besides. Можно?
Apart from that, besides.
besides,
Okay,
apart from.
but можно. What else? Записываем band 9. There is also a flip side of the coin. What does it mean? Обратная сторона монеты есть, ребята.
Pros and cons.
Pros and cons? No, pros and cons,
Что
this
это
is
значит?
informal.
Это
This is informal. Pros and cons, this is informal.
Это не
Right.
информация, просим.
There is a flip side, то есть обратная сторона of the coin. Coin монета.
Какой?
Of the coin, yes.
О, какой.
The, of the coin. On the other hand, other people point out the dangers. What does it point out?
Напоминайте.
Еще.
Отвечаю.
Еще.
Думаю.
Вообще не думают.
Не-не-не.
What else? So this is like, you know, they highlight, they emphasize. What does it mean emphasize?
Подчеркнуть.
Подчеркивать. Если бы вы заменили это слово на emphasize, то вам бы чисто равных не было бы. Okay? So, other people emphasize the dangers. То есть они выделяют, подчеркивают dangers of reckless spending. What does it mean reckless spending? Необдуманное. То есть легкомысленное.
Какие?
Легкомысленное. Необдуманное. Reckless spending. For example, on frivolous or unnecessary items, which is often encouraged by advertising. So this is like the previous body was about what?
Spending.
Well, yes, was about the it is better to spend the money, right?
Yes.
For what? Because for your like own life, it is first of all for that there is little remaining to save, and the third one is about the economy and employment, right? Okay, very good. And then guys, we have these paragraphs against. So this means that this paragraph is for saving money. Why it is better to save? Because it is better to save than to spend your money on unnecessary items, right? What does it mean unnecessary?
Не нужно. Не нужно.
Да, и без них обойдетесь,
Не
right?
обязательно.
Yes, there is something that не обязательно. This is not very like needed, right, to leave. Okay, here. Point out the dangers of reckless spending of money. То есть, what does it mean reckless еще раз?
Необдуманное.
Да, spending of money. For example, on frivolous or unnecessary items. What does it mean frivolous? Да, то же самое, только легкомысленно. It is like, oh, you know, I have money and I'm gonna buy slime. Why? Because I like its color, right? But or something like this, right? So this is frivolous and unnecessary item in my life, right? Which is often encouraged by advertising. So it means that I saw an advertisement and there was said like, you know, this is slime. And like, we have different colors, we have purple, we have gray, we have red, we have white, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, oh, I want this one. So I was encouraged by advertising, right? And I spent my money. This is considered to be waste of money, right? Reckless spending is the same as waste. Okay? Вместо того, чтобы сказать reckless spending, можно было бы сказать waste, но reckless spending, it is more like higher level, okay? Advanced. Young people in particular, what does it mean in particular?
Тоже нет, вообще.
А?
Тоже абсолютно.
Особенно. Right. In particular, особенно. So young people in particular are vulnerable. What does it mean vulnerable? Уязвимый. Что такое уязвимый?
Не вижу.
Ну уязвимый? Хорошо, что такое ну уязвимый?
Уязвим. Вот.
Слабая сторона.
Да, легко на них повлиять, правильно? Легко повлиять. So they are vulnerable. To be influenced like this. То есть они уязвимы, они в этом случае like, слабые, let's say, да? They are weak. To be influenced like this. Потому что it means that like advertisements can for easy peasy influence their mind, right? In this sense. So this is the end of our first point because why? Because here we have furthermore. What does it mean furthermore?
Более того.
Да, более того. Advocates of saving. Advocates of saving. Do you remember my last lecture, guys? When I said advocates, opponents, right? Advocates of saving often point out, again, Here they had point out, and again they have point out. Instead of point out, what can we use next here? Emphasize. What else?
Mention.
Mention, highlight, admit, note, right? Write it down. No, note. Notice plus.
Или claim.
Claim. State, suppose, are convinced, right? Write it down. You will forget, guys. After 1 second, even you will forget. Advocates of saving money often emphasize that without the reserve. What does mean reserve?
Запас.
Да. Резерв, правильно? Запас. Without the reserve of funds. What does mean funds? Yes, this is money. Reserve of funds for emergencies. What does mean emergency? ЧП. Чего себе жизнь усложняется? ЧП, right? The emergency is ЧП. Like unemployment. So imagine that someone was working, and then suddenly he or she was fired. It means that he or she should have funds in reserve, то есть в резерве должны быть деньги, in order to survive, right? What does mean survive? Good. Or illness. Или же болезнь. People are putting themselves at risk of hardship or even bankruptcy. So it means that there can be different situations in life, for example, right? One can meet unemployment. One can become ill, have some medical problems, right? Some medical issues and so on and so on. And for this cases, reserves and supplies should be. Am I right? Because if you have no reserves, it means that you have to go to someone and ask for that. What does it mean that? Да, пишется да, Б не читается. Да, читается. Right. Да. So without some reserves, people are putting themselves at risk. So it means that они сами себя ставят под risks of hardship or even bankruptcy. Okay? This is especially true in the current economic situation. What does it mean, current economic situation?
Текущая экономическая положение.
What does it mean, current?
Текущий.
Да, который в настоящий момент, правильно? Okay, good. And then we have lastly, what does it mean? It means that our second point is over, right? So guys, do you see the role of linking words here?
Yes.
Good. Lastly, on this side of the debate, people emphasize the need to accumulate wealth. What does it mean accumulate?
Аккумулировать. Типа.
Что аккумулировать?
Say.
Как это? Тоже в общем.
Аккумулятор что делает? Копит зарядку энергии, правильно? So accumulate means like gather, собирать, скопить, okay? Right.
Я сказал, say.
So here we were here, right? Need to accumulate wealth. What does mean wealth? Богатство, right? During one's lifetime, so that one's children can inherit. What does mean inherit? Inherit, write it down.
Увеличить типа.
Нет? Унаследовать.
Наследство как?
Мирос выходит.
Наследство как?
А?
Наследство.
Наследство, да.
Heritage.
Да, inheritance или же heritage. It is наследство. Унаследовать, it means inherit. Okay? Inherit money or property. What does mean property?
Это чисто. Правильность? Property.
No. Property, write
Количество,
it down.
количество.
Не, имущество.
Ой.
Имущество, ребят. А? Yes. Property, имущество. Это может быть квартира, это может быть, я не знаю, там, вилла в Турции, Дубае. Right? Собака? Okay. So it means that their children can inherit money or property. It means that, for example, one's parents have passed away, and for their children, they left money, they left gold, they left houses and villas. And phones and blah blah blah, right? And the business itself, so it means that it was better. They made the decision to accumulate money, right? So here, property which will increase their security and standard of living. What does mean standard of living?
Стандарт
Can you please explain me? Can you please give me an example? What does it mean? Что такое стандарт? For example. Уровень жизни. Very good. Не стандарт. This is about the level of how you live, right? Am I right? Good. Overall, I tend to agree. What does it mean? I tend to agree.
Как правило,
Преклоняется.
Да, я склоняюсь к тому, что я все-таки согласен. That it is wiser. What does it mean wiser?
Шире.
Умнее. You know, wide это шире. Wise это мудрее, правильно? So it is wiser to save money wherever possible. What does it mean wherever possible? Да, копейка рубль бережет. Знаете такое? Теперь знаете. Okay, so it is wiser to save money wherever possible for reasons which benefit both individuals today and future generations. So it means that, for example, you said that I agree. Okay, why do you agree? In your conclusion, you write for reasons which benefit individuals today. So it means that about their like security in life, right? In case of unemployment, illness, or other cases, crisis in life, for example, right? So this is about individuals today and future generation. This is about their inheritance. Okay? So what did they do? They summarized all of the stuff in 2 words: individuals today and future. Today and future, guys. Do you see? Understandable. So this is 263 words. Word limit is okay. Conclusion is okay. Bodies are okay, and introduction as well. But what is my feedback here? About some word repetitions. What are the word repetitions? Point out, and something, right? Okay, good. And then, guys, it was better to use passive voice here, for example, which I will discuss now. Which will be discussed in the following paragraphs, right? Okay, and here we have what? Examiner's comments. They put band 9 for this essay. Why? Let's read. This is a band 9 essay. As the examiner, it is immediately clear to me in the first paragraph that the writer is introducing an opinion discussion essay, right? What about discussion? Because there was a question of whether spend or save money is quite topical today, right? So it is like for everyone is understandable that it is discussion essay because we are discussing is it better to save or spend, right? And then about the opinion, which the task requires. What does it mean task requires? What does it mean requires? Требует. This is about your task response, правильно? То, что от вас требует, вы должны им дать. First of all, you have to understand what do they want. And then, only then, you will be able to give them what they want, right? Good. Which the task requires? The 2 sides of the topic are then discussed in logical paragraphs. What does it mean logical paragraphs? So it means that, guys, in first paragraph, you write only about saving money, and in the second paragraph, you only write about spending money. So this is about logical paragraphs. It's not like in the first paragraph, your first point is about saving, and then about spending, and then about, oh, I don't know. And then the second as well. So it means that we have logical paragraphs. In first paragraph, we are discussing about, we are writing about like advantages of spending money, and then about advantages of saving money in the second paragraph, right? So this is considered to be task of your coherence and cohesion as well, okay? Which a series of simple examples to support each side. Yes, with a series of simple examples. We had simple examples about what? For example, such as food, transport, like, yes, about economic situations, yes, about unemployment, illness, and so on, right? Okay. Here we have examples. Why? To make it easier to understand, right? Okay. The linking phrases. Linking phrases, the best part of essay. Linking phrases help to introduce each example. For example, on the one hand, in addition, finally, for example, for instance, such as, they, all of them are linking words which make it clear to understand, right? They also show me the stages of the essay. What does it mean stages of the essay? Huh?
Части.
Да, части. То есть, допустим, первый stage introduction, and then we have body one. In body one we have first like point, second point, and third point. Every single stage is clear. Why? Because they have linking words, linking phrases, right? Good. They also show me the stage of essay, for example, overall to introduce the conclusion. The English is used is reasonably academic. Guys, it plays important role to use academic language in your academic writing task 2 and task 1 as well. This is not speaking. Like, for example, if you understand that it is really, really expensive, right? Допустим, в русском языке, в узбекском языке, we have like phrase «почку стоит», правильно? But in English, we can say, for example, it costs an arm and leg. Допустим, руки, ноги, правильно? А? Yes, no, I'm saying about informal, right? So you can use this phrase in your speaking, but not in your writing, okay? In your writing, you can say considerable amount of money, right? Or reasonable, yes, very good.
Significant.
Significant, yes, very good. Large proportion, emphasize the need, and so on and so on. And sentences are generally clear, right? So it was easy for us as well to understand what are they pointing out, right? The reader gets the impression that the writer is rational. What is rational? Пропорция? Что такое рациональный? What does mean rational? Without any bias. What does mean bias? Do you know? What does it mean? Do you know? Предрасположенность. Что такое, знаете? No, предрасположенность. Do you know what does it mean? For example, Abror, right? Here is Abror and here is Shahjahan. I say like, oh, you know, нет, то есть именно предрасположенность, допустим, like, sometime in past, I had a friend Abror and he was very bad, for example, right? So it means that Abror is very bad in the life, no Abror anymore. So this is about like bias, about предрасположенности, правильно? Правильно? In this sense. So here is rational, so it means that they keep a level hand, то есть хладнокровно относятся к этому топику, не так то, что фанатеют от того, что нужно spend money wherever possible because you're gonna die. Like, right, you should live every single day as it your last day in life and so on, right? They are not motivating, they are not manipulating in this sense, right? So in this, it is rational, okay? And well-informed. What does it mean well-informed?
Хорошо.
How come? Откуда? Откуда? Examiner понял то, что he is well-informed.
Там же было unemployment.
Very good. About current economic situation, about unemployment, about crisis in life, right? About this would appear like this is a worthwhile action, so on and so on. So it means that, guys, you are already informed about the situation that are happened globally, right? Very good. So in this sense, they are well informed and able to discuss the topic objectively. What does mean objectively? Что такое объективно?
В общем, типа.
Со стороны, ребята, со стороны, правильно? То есть не то, чтобы я думаю, что spending is good, and I will write only about spending, right? No, it's not about this. It means that they are able to discuss the topic objectively, right? Understandable?
Я Тишикова Динора, ученица Real Science. 4 месяца проходила курсы по подготовке к IELTS, и недавно я получила 7 по IELTS. Я очень благодарна учебному центру и моей учительнице мисс Малике, которые проводили очень интересные уроки, и также проводились мок-экзамены регулярно, которые мне дали почувствовать реальную атмосферу IELTS. Я очень благодарна этому центру и советую всем приходить в Real Science, потому что я довольна своим результатом.
Understandable?
Yes.
Thank you. Okay, guys, now.
Listen.
Давайте. Okay, and then, guys, Abror, can you please do your job? Yes. And here, guys, we have something about maps in IELTS. This is about task 1. Energy, more passion. How about be faster? Okay, here guys. As I know, the recent IELTS question, which was held, in 18th of May. In writing this one, they have maps. Okay, so in this sense, guys, it will be very, very useful for you to write about this as well. So I want you to prepare your notebooks and your pens or pencils to write every single word that I'm saying. Okay, to make notes. Okay, so here we'll be talking about writing this one about maps. Can you please tell me what is writing task 1 itself?
То есть описание данной информации.
Summarize given information.
Что сказал одно слово, которое...
Отчет.
Отчет. Good, very good. So this is what? This is report. Write it down, please. This is report. Report, what does it mean?
Отчет. То есть то, что там дано, вы описываете.
Very good. So it means that you have to describe the information, yes, without your own opinion and without your bias. What does it mean bias? I said this goes предрасположенность, правильно? Yes, very good. Without bias, and you have to just discuss it as it is, right? So about writing task 1 about maps. As every single task 1, we're going to have introduction and then overview and then
Body.
good. But what should we include in our introduction and what should we include in our conclusions? And bodies are, they may differ, right? Okay, in this sense. Here, guys, we have how to describe a map in IELTS writing task 1. The following are the changes. So the main thing that you're going to write about is about changes, right?
Yes.
So you have to, what? You have to compare, you have to make comparison. For example, 100 years ago, there was only like one tree, and now there are 100 trees, right? For example. So in this sense, you have to describe the changes, right? Here, what changes can occur between the maps? First of all, it is addition. What does it mean addition? Дополнение. То есть раньше чего-то не было, и это появилось. So this is about addition. A new structure not present in the old map. What does it mean not present in the old map?
Не презентированы в прошлом.
Да, который не присутствовал в прошлый map, may be seen in the next map. So you are given usually two maps. This is about the past and now, or about the now and about the plans for the future, right? For example. So in this sense, you may have addition. This means the construction of a new feature, right? And then removal. What does it mean removal? Good. Записывай, ребят, write it down because it will be very useful for you when you are writing.
Можешь сфоткай вот это дальше? Сфоткай. Не, я напишу, я сфоткаю еще.
Yeah, it's good. Okay, faster. For example, guys, you just open your task 1, you open your picture, the diagram, and you're like, what I'm gonna write now, right? And here is the stuff that you have to write, okay? So this is about your addition, about the removal, and then we have expansion. What does it mean expansion? Расширение. То есть раньше там был, я не знаю, одни ворота, теперь у нас есть 3 ворота, правильно? So this means like it has been expanded, right? Okay, some items may be extended to make them bigger. Yes, they became bigger. Okay. Downsizing. What does it mean downsizing? This is a conversion, right? Yes, it was big and it became small, right? So this is about their size. And then we have replacement. What does it mean replacement?
Замена. Если что-то заменили.
What is the difference between replacement and shifting? What does it mean shifting?
Убрать просто.
Shift убрать?
Нет,
Я
перестали прямой заказ.
Okay, Larissa. Replace?
Это когда полностью делаете и новый ставишь сюда.
Еще идеи?
Конвертировать, короче.
Okay, good. Let's read it now. In occasions, you will notice that some features from the older map may be absent from the newer, with some other feature in its place. For example, guys, here we have red marker in old map, right? And in new map, there is no marker anymore. There is just remote control, right? There is no...
Вообще нет.
Yes, at all. Вообще нету маркера, правильно? So it means they are replaced, то есть его заменили. Am I right? Then we have shifting. What is shifting?
Вот это написано.
Как хорошо написано, да? Okay, here we have items can also be moved. What does it moved?
Типа переселено. То есть она вот тут
right? From one location to another. So it means that the marker was here in this table, and the next map is here in the table of the teacher, right? But still, we have this marker in our map. Am I right? Is it understandable? Write these words, please, because as I mentioned before, when you open your writing task one and there is map and you are gonna have a question, what am I going to write here? There is nothing to compare, for example, right? So here is the stuff that you can compare about addition, about removal, about expansion, downsizing, replacement, and shifting. Write it down, and then we're gonna move to another. Faster. Done? У всех? I will check. Good. About maps, right? Map прям highlight сделайте, чтобы прям сразу помнить. Good. A block. Okay, good. Guys, can you please share some paper with Sila? Please. And then, guys, here, IELTS writing this one map questions, locating places in the map. You have to explain, right? You have to describe where something was located and where it is located now, or where it is planned to be located in the future, right? So in this sense, these words, like top, bottom, what does it mean top, bottom? Да, top это наверху, bottom внизу. Okay, left, right, and then beside. What does it mean beside? Сзади, правильно? Yes, very good. And then we have opposite. Напротив, противоположно. And then we have north, south, west, east, northeast, blah, 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 blah. So when you are given this stuff, this compass, right? About north, east, west, south, you are highly advised, guys, to use this vocabulary to describe the location of the items. Okay? But if you are not given, if you are for 100% sure where north is, where the south is, and where the east is, you are welcome to use. But if you are not sure, please do not make mistakes, okay? So about top and bottom, if directions have not been given, what does it mean directions have not been given?
Типа указания не было.
Указания в каком случае?
Ну,
North, west, east, south, right? So these are called directions. If they are not given, then mention whether the places in the map are on the top or on the bottom of the map. Okay? Left, right, similarly, the absence of directions include whether the places are on the left hand or the right hand side. Beside. When two items are really close to each other, they can be said to be beside each other. То есть друг за другом, правильно? Like next to, right? Apart from beside, we can also use words like alongside. What does it mean alongside? Good, Polaroid, наряду. Все записываем.
Далеко?
Наряду. Next to, nearby, and adjacent to. What does it mean nearby, guys? Can you please tell me what is the difference between near and nearby? Вопрос на засыпку. What is the difference between near and nearby?
Nearby это что-то рядом.
А, нет, near это рядом, а nearby это ближе к чему-то, да?
Еще варианты какие?
Рядом с чем-то.
Хорошо, near это что?
Рядом.
Хорошо, рядом это что? It is preposition. What does it mean preposition?
Это местоимение.
It's pronoun. Oh my god, guys, what are you doing here? So near is preposition, это у нас предлог. So it means that without the noun, без существительного, it doesn't make any sense. So it means that if you are writing near, you have to have
Near something.
noun, yes, near something. And nearby, it is полноценное слово.
Ну, я же так сказал.
Близко. Я же сказал, что...
Поблизости, можно сказать, да, nearby. И let's write it down. Nearby это поблизости, near это именно предлог, рядом. С чем-то обязательно должен быть. You have to have what noun next to these words, okay? And otherwise, it will not make any sense, okay? Done with this. Направление написали? And guys, passive voice is highly recommended. Done with this.
Да, это вообще.
Very good. So now, guys, we are going to describe this map. Here, the model answer. This is what is it, guys? Can you please tell me?
Table.
Table. What does it mean, table?
Так,
Таблица. Правильно? Okay, good. So the chart below shows the number of passengers arriving at the train station per hour across a day, and also the average price in US dollars of their tickets. First of all, guys, let us understand what is the table about. Abrar, can you please tell me? What do you see? What should you include in introduction?
We should paraphrase the...
No. Here we have time.
Uh,
What else? Here we have that we are given number of passengers, right? Number of passengers, and here we have the price, yes, the cost
Per
itself per ticket, right? And then we have comparison between them. Am I right? You have to compare numbers per hour, and you can compare like price per hour, and you can compare them with each other. Am I right? Good. So introduction. Abra, you were talking about introduction. No? Okay, good. So let's read. Okay, write the report summarizing the information. Select and describe the main features and make comparisons where relevant. So the main point of writing this one is to compare, right? You have to make comparisons. So let's read. The table gives data about passenger volumes. What does it mean, volumes? Звук. No, it's not звук. Объем. Пишем volume, объем. Passenger volume. So it means that number of passenger volume. Understandable? Reaching a station every 2 hours in a day, and also the average ticket cost at those times. At those times means, yes, in every 2 hours, right? In each 2 hours. Okay, after like introduction, we're gonna have what? Conclusion. Overview. So this stuff should be here, this. Am I right? So let's read it. In summary or overall, ticket prices increase broadly in line with passenger traffic, except during the evening rush hour when they actually fall. So what does it mean, guys? Это значит, price, they are increasing, except what? Except evening. Evening, yes, except evening rush hour when they actually fall. So let's look at the table itself. So this is the price. Is it rising?
No.
Там вообще
No. No.
по-разному.
rising and decreasing.
No.
Rising and
Yes, this is fluctuating, right? So it was 23 and became 29, and 19 and 31, 21, 17, 11. Okay, I guess that this one is evening rush hour. What does mean rush hour?
Торопится,
как его?
Час
Час
пик.
пик.
Час пик. 6 часов уже, ребят, час пик. Right? Do you know? Okay, here. When they actually fall. So it means that rush hour is 6 p.m. Am I right? Good. And then guys we have what? And then guys we have paragraphs. Body 1 and body 2. Let's read them as well. Passenger numbers peak 3 times during the day. They peak 3 times. Can you please tell me where are these 3 times?
Что мы нам пик?
They peak. What does mean peak?
Вырастает.
Да, то есть они прям самые-самые высокие точки.
29, 31.
Yes, so here we have 31 и 23. Правильно? 23, 29, 31. Here are the like peaks, right? And they are only 3 times a day. Am I right? So yeah, this is the same. For example, the number at 6 a.m. is 480, rising to 690 by 8 a.m. before falling again. То есть говорится, что оно сначала растет, потом падает. So this is actually fluctuating, right? If we were given a line graph, то есть если бы у нас был line graph, it would be understandable that this is fluctuating all over the time, right? And then we have what? There is then a peak of 700 at midday, followed by an afternoon decline. What does it mean decline?
Decrease.
Да, то есть decrease, то есть оно падает вниз, правильно? So this is called decline. To a low of 230 at 4 p.m. A third spike. What is spike? Spike. Это прям тоже пик, хорошо? Spike is at 6 p.m. reaching 670 before the tailing off. Guys, can you please tell me what sort of grammatical? So this is about accuracy. What different grammatical structures are used here?
Passive voice, опять.
Passive voice, very good. What else?
Passive increase.
Do we have relative clause here? Why?
Есть там.
Где? Ну, почитаем, где? Where is relative clause, guys?
When they actually fall есть в конце.
Вот here, right? When they actually fall. So this is, guys, relative clause, right? What is the purpose of relative clause? Is to add as much information in one sentence, right? Or to make it more clear. Am I right?
There is yes.
Где?
What? There is then a peak of 700 at midday.
Yes, followed by an afternoon decline. So this is also relative clause. Am I right? So there is no conditionals only, but still it is okay, right? Good. The ticket prices. So here we were writing about what? About the passenger numbers of passengers, and in the second paragraph you will be reading about
Average person.
price, right? Ticket price. Okay. Here it is. The ticket prices partially. What does it mean partially? Частично. Right? Follow this pattern. What does it mean? Follow this pattern.
Следует за этим.
Да. То есть, каким? This это что? This это который был наверху, правильно? About the numbers of passengers. Right? The 8 a.m. passenger surge. What does it mean surge? Surge. Huh? No, here it is not surge. It is surge. What does it mean?
Таблица типа?
Когда оно выходит, это значит surge, то есть наверх. This is the increase. Yes, increase. This is a rise. Surge is matched by a high price of $29, following by a peak of 31 at midday. Midday means полдень, да, обед. And decrease. What does mean decrease? Опять падает. Yes, this is decline. To 17 by 4 p.m. However, однако, the 6 p.m. spike passenger number is accompanied by a low $11 in prices, which is subsequent rise. What does mean subsequent?
Современный.
No, what does mean subsequent? Нет.
Это
Предложение. Давайте мы
следовательный.
subsequent, да, следовательный, то есть following. So it means subsequent means following rise. То есть после этого идет у нас rise, increase, okay? Rise to $22 at 7 p.m. and the final leveling off. What does it mean leveling off? Good. То есть level идет вниз, off, right? Уровень идет вниз. Done with this, guys. Guys, was everything understandable?
Yes.
Do you have any questions?
No.
Okay, thank you very much.